Alright, this is the introduction to GarageBand, the new and improved GarageBand. Usually when you open up GarageBand, especially for the first time, it's going to ask you the type of project that you'd like to make. We're going to select Empty Project and hit Choose. And then it'll first ask you the type of track that you'd make. So for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to make a vocal track, even though we can create tracks later on. Okay, so the very first thing that you want to do when you open GarageBand is you want to make sure that all your sound settings are correct. You want to be able to hear what's coming out of your speakers or headphones, and if you're using a mic like I am to recording this video, you want to make sure that that's set up as well. So we're going to go to GarageBand Preferences, and then we're going to click on Audio/MIDI, and we want to make sure that your settings look like this. So your output device is built-in output, or if you have headphones plugged in, it would say headphones. And your input device, you want to make sure if you're using a microphone like I currently am, it's set to that microphone. If you do built-in microphone, it's going to use the mic that's in the computer, and that's not going to sound as good as a plugged-in microphone. So we're going to make sure it's set like that, and we will get out of there. Now, just a refresher on some things in GarageBand. Over here is your library, where you can change how your tracks sound with some presets. Let's close that. You have your smart controls, which are right here, and this controls the reverb, the equalization of not only your track, but you can control the whole output of your entire song or recording. We'll get into effects and EQs later. And then once you have some audio in, you have an editor which you can edit down here. Now right now, remember we selected a vocal track, and if I hit record, you're going to hear two things. You're going to hear, or you're going to see two things. First, you're going to see that it counts to 4 before it starts recording, because I have this set. And then you're also going to hear the metronome or the click track, because it's keeping on beat. Currently, my tempo is set to 120 beats per minute. And if I knew the tempo that I wanted to have, I could just double click on there and change that. Like if I wanted it a little slower, I could change it to 90 and hit return. And then if you know like the key that you want your track to be in, you can change it. But for now, we're just going to keep the key right there. So if I hit record, hello, yes, I'm recording now. You see my sound waves? Okay, so I have the editor open down here. And if I needed to edit anything out of that track, I could. So I can click and move it around. I can select different parts of the track. If I hit Command T, I can split it and move parts of the track around. Or if I just want to delete that whole part, I can hit delete and edit it out. When we get later into creating beats, you're going to see that the editor is used a lot for quantizing or timing up your tracks. Now let's bring in another thing that you might use while creating music is a loop. So we're going to go to our loops library over here, this icon, and something else I want to point out, that if you don't see that many loops, like I have 4,200, if your loops library is pretty small, you can go up to GarageBand, Sound Library, and it's grayed out because I've already done it, but if you click download all available sounds, it'll download everything that GarageBand has available. So let's grab a beat real quick. Remember, we can search by instrument, we can search by genre, or you can search by mood. I'm going to search by beats. So all the beats available are on here. Let's see how this sounds. Okay, that's good for now. I'm going to drag that in. So that's like a whole drum kit.
Hello, yes, I am recording now. You see my sound waves.
And you'll notice that that only plays for 3 bars. If I wanted to loop that, I'm going to move the mouse to the top right corner of the loop and extend it out as far as I'd like to go. And then it'll just keep playing forever and ever. So then I could just keep adding more loops. Like if I wanted to find a electric piano, I would drag that in. And then same thing, grab my loop icon, drag it for as long as I'd like. Now, since I recorded this, maybe I don't want to hear it at the moment or anymore. I can mute it by clicking this, and it'll gray out, and then I won't hear that recording anymore. One last thing I want to say about loops is they conform to whatever tempo you select. So right now it's at 90, it's going a little slow. Let's put it back up to 120 and we'll hear the difference. So they conform to whatever I put. If I put something crazy like 200, listen to this. So that's something to know, important to know. But if I brought in like an MP3, it's not going to conform to the tempo. It's going to be stuck whatever it was recorded with. So I just wanted to point that out. Okay, so that's your quick intro to GarageBand. Check out the other videos about beats and drum loops and drum machines.